I kind of didn't come out till I was in my early 30s, and then what I did was I came out and opened a gay pub. I think at the time, you know, when you do something, you don't think about the legacy that you're creating. We just thought, well, we'll make it a gay pub because...
But it was a really brave thing to do though, in Warwick of all places.
I think it was the only decision we could make, and then probably were completely unprepared for the degree of genuine hostility that happened as a result of that. People would be sat there and windows would be bricked in. It didn't put people off coming.
It actually made them more determined to come here, I think.
Yeah.
It really did.
You suddenly realise that the local authority are also playing a hand, and the police were actually playing a hand in not supporting you and using language like, well, what do you expect if you open this type? No, this is what you should expect.
It was in the climate of Mrs. Thatcher's Section 28 and all that kind of thing. But I mean, gay men were still being arrested for importuning.
You know, AIDS was still very prevalent. And of course there were people that would suddenly not be here.
I was trying to think, what do I remember about the Antelope? The two big things that came to mind was the Bears Nights, which I loved, and we were instrumental in setting that up, weren't we?
I think we'd have something like 300 people in this pub. So many things we did here was so liberating and so much fun, because in a sense it was almost because you shouldn't be doing it that made it more exciting because you were doing it.
I think it actually contributed to a change in climate thing, and all kinds of friendships were made that still last.
I spent most of my life in prison, in a wrong body. And it's not nice. And the only way out is to transition, as I have. From the age of 3, my mother told me I was making a fuss because I was a girl. Why wasn't I being dressed in dresses? Why wasn't I being given prams and dolls? Fortunately, she never did anything about it, because in those days, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, I would have been carted off to a mental hospital to rid me of this disgusting, perverted mental illness. To relieve the tension of being in this prison, I joined a local drama society. I started to get invitations to perform in drag at parents' teachers' annual dinners and things. But at the same time, I developed a very macho male image to put people off the scent. And I played cricket, and I joined the special police force. I qualified as a boatmaster. Unfortunately, my wife died at a young age, and I found in that first year after she died, I was increasingly dressing as a woman, almost daily. I then had to decide where it was I was going to transition. Did I do it in the village here and risk a lot of ridicule? There are only 7 gender identity clinics in the country. The European Convention of Human Rights are being flouted by our Supreme Court. They're stamping on the trans. Finally, after 75 years, I prized open the prison bars and climbed through.